Happy Friday everyone, and welcome to my review for episode 5 of The Mandalorian, The Gunslinger. This was another great episode filled with great Easter eggs. However, if you haven't seen the episode, beware, this video does contain spoilers. Episode 5 starts by dropping us off into a cold open space battle where for a moment it looks like the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda might not make it. The stakes are getting much higher, and while I had no doubt the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda would get out of this situation alive, it would be far less intriguing if the show didn't focus on these moments of vulnerability for the Mandalorian. It's quite clear now that every bounty hunter in the galaxy is after the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. We even hear the bounty hunter repeat some of the Mandalorian's own words.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I mean, hell, we saw major threats to the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda even on the backwater farming planet of Sorgon in episode 4. They do win this particular space battle after the Mandalorian performs a badass maneuver to outflank and kill the bounty hunter. However, the Razor Crest is badly damaged, which forces the Mandalorian to make an emergency landing on the nearest planet. This episode was definitely filled with a ton of fan servicey moments, and we learned that early on that this isn't just any planet, it's Tatooine. It's awesome that Dave Filoni gives us an extended look at the home planet of Anakin and Luke Skywalker after the fall of the Empire. We see stormtroopers' helmets on spikes, we see the Mos Eisley Cantina when we first meet Han Solo in A New Hope, and compelling new characters, especially the Baby Yoda-loving mechanic Peli Motto played by Amy Sedaris.
Would you like some food? Are you hungry? Okay, that's just something to eat.
After landing, we see the Mandalorian negotiate with Peli Motto to get her to repair the Razor Crest. However, he doesn't have enough money to pay her. We also see more of his anti-droid bias as he tells Peli that he doesn't want them near the Razor Crest. It's nice to see Filoni sprinkle this in once again in this episode, that the Mandalorian hasn't forgot about the past and about the droids that killed his parents during the Purge. I think it's part of the driving force of why the Mandalorian has become more and more tender with Baby Yoda. We also see the grim reality of life in the galaxy as the Mandalorian arrives at the Mos Eisley Cantina, and we see that business is slow for all bounty hunters. This is when we meet Jack Cannavale's Toro Calican, a new bounty hunter looking for help to secure a bounty for the legendary assassin Fennec Shand, played by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s Ming-Na Wen. Toro, however, is oblivious as to why he is in over his head when the Mandalorian states that Fennec made her name killing for all the top crime syndicates, including the Hutt.
Fennec Shand is an elite mercenary. She made her name killing for all the top crime syndicates, including the Hutts.
Unfortunately, the Mandalorian has to take this risk as he needs to repair the Razor Crest and takes him up on this offer. The Toro and Mandalorian scenes featured plenty of nice callbacks, including this hilarious moment where Toro has to give up his new gear to the Tusken Raiders, and also the multiple scenes with the speeder bikes, including the showdown with Fennec and her sniper rifle at night. I loved all the scenes between the Mandalorian, Fennec, and Toro in this episode because it showcased the mindset and psychology of bounty hunting. We can see that each character has their own distinct driving force on their journeys. Toro is trying to get some much needed prestige so that he can be accepted into the Bounty Hunters Guild, while the Mandalorian's moral compass is guided much more as he needs to survive for not only himself but also so he can protect Baby Yoda. This episode succeeds at showing us how greed can play a role in our relationships, which is ultimately what ends up getting Toro and Fennec killed. Ambition is important in life, but so is an understanding of the world, which Toro clearly lacks. It's clear that the Mandalorian has a strong understanding of how the world works and how to navigate it, even though there is this constant conflict within himself. He still sees the way forward without forgetting his past. I particularly enjoyed the humor in this episode as well that was featured in the scenes with Peli and Baby Yoda. I love when she called the Mandalorian a womp rat, which is a nice callback to one of our previous episodes, and also how she tenderly cared for Baby Yoda as well. While Baby Yoda wasn't featured as much in this episode as the previous ones, it was nice to see how other characters interacted with him as well. It's hard not to love how each scene with Baby Yoda showcases these adorable, heartfelt moments while still showing him to be vulnerable. I didn't enjoy the episode as much as I thought I would. However, I did appreciate the fan service and the dedication to Star Wars mythos that Filoni focused on in this episode. And while this episode did seem like more of a side quest again, the last scene of the episode did raise the stakes with what I believe to be the first appearance of Moff Gideon, played by Giancarlo Esposito, as he looms over Fennec's body. I did really enjoy the introduction of these new characters and thought Taro did make a great villain with his greed and impulsiveness. I also think there's a small chance that Fennec may not be dead and may inform Moff Gideon that the Mandalorian was on Tatooine, giving him a more clear objective and focus. We do see him confront the Mandalorian in the season trailer, and it does seem as if we get another appearance of Cara Dune as well, as she has a large gun in this shot. So yes, while this episode was a bit of a sidetrack, side quest, the next 3 episodes promise to raise the stakes and the danger for the Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, and the rest of the galaxy. But what do you think of the episode, everyone? Did you enjoy it? What were your favorite moments? Let me know in the comment section, and let's keep this discussion going. And if you enjoyed this video, lots of more like it are coming on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my playlist of Mandalorian videos that will be featured in the future.
I have spoken.